Okay, I am coming on here with a quick, about 46 minute class probably. I will link my playlist at the bottom, but if you follow me on Spotify, it is Power Bar 18. Today I am going to use a mat at the end with a yoga block. If you don't have a yoga block, but you have one of the Pilates balls, you can use that as well. Or I'll show you an option of doing something without it or sitting up a little bit instead of laying flat on the floor. A chair, a bar, portable bar. Again, I'm going to use the booty kicker. It's going to allow me to pull off the bar in chair. If you don't have a portable, like stable bar or something mounted, your chair is going to strictly be in a hinge as opposed to being all the way down. Okay? So instead of pulling off, you're just going to be hands on your chair or your sofa or your counter, or your bar stool. You'll be like this because we're going to be moving from chair into a rise. So you're gonna modify with what you have at home, and then light set of hand weights. So if you've got something 1s, 2s, 3s, that will work. I think I've got 3s that I'm going to use today, unless I start dying of heat because, you know, the attic's hot in the summertime here. So to prevent anything from being muted, I am going to just listen to my playlist. But like I said, I will link it. If you like to listen to the same thing I'm listening to kind of catch the beat I'll go on, great. Otherwise, put on whatever you like in the background or listen to nothing and just kind of do the workout with yourself in your own space. So that is all you need, and we will go ahead and get started. Have your weights nearby, but we just need some space. We're not going to use the mat at all until we go down onto the floor for abs at the end, unless you need to stand. If you have a hard floor that you like to stand with your feet on a mat, you can use the mat, but I'm not going to use the mat until the very end. Alrighty. So I want you to stand with your feet about hip distance parallel. I'm going to keep on probably coming up here to make sure that this stays exactly how I want you to be able to see me. Belly's in nice and tight. Hands heart center. Knees are up. You're lifting hip height or higher. Up, up. So you're lifting from the lower abdominals, pressing those palms into each other. Give me 8, 7, 6, 5. Just getting our blood pumping. 4 more. 3 more. You're going to bring those arms up to high V, nice and straight. Pull back. Lift. Lift. Good. Up. Up. Now, if it's too much to lift hip height, I want you to just tap out to the side. Now, pull the elbows down. Drive those elbows towards the back of the body. Pull, pull. One more set like this. 8, 7. So bend, straighten, push, pull, push, pull. 4, 3. Arms are going to go back up into that high V, and you're going to give me a little low kick. Lift, lift. Just lift that straight leg, squeezing from the top of that quad. So I don't want you kicking. I want you lifting. We're going to slice the air with our arm, reaching to the opposite leg. Reach, reach. Little standing oblique work right here. Reach, reach. Belly is in. 8 more. 8, 7. You can always just tap that toe. Just give me that little crunch. 4 more. 3 more. Hands are going to go back heart center. You're going to plant those feet and squat. Drop and press. So your knees stay back behind those toes. Shoot that bottom down. 2, 1. Hold it. Pulse it down. Press those palms together. So you're engaging the upper body right here because you are pressing those hands together. You should feel armpit to armpit. I feel like I might have been yelling with these AirPods. 8. We're going to step side to side, and as you step, you're going to rotate side to side, opposite elbow to opposite knee. 4 more pulses. 3, you're going to step out to your right first. All right, here we go. It's step, center, tiny pulse, center. So I don't want you tapping, just little step, center. Give me 8. One more each way. Hold it center, pulse it down, down and all the way up. Drop, lift. You guys should feel those quads right now. Down, press. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. And 1. Grab your weights. So like I said, 1s, 2s, 3s should be sufficient. If you want to go heavier, that's go at your own risk. And don't feel bad dropping them because you can do all this without weights. So I want you to take the upper arms, glue them into your rib cage. They're not moving. Shoulders are down, palms facing forward. Just plant those feet right now. You're just going to do 2 count bicep curls. Up, 2, and lower, 2. Squeeze the bicep on the way up and the way down. So remember, holding hand weights is your accessory in bar. You can do all of this just with your own self. Contracting, you've got to connect that mind to that muscle. Up, 2, and down, 2. Now, to avoid neglecting our lower body, I want you guys pulling those bellies in, squeezing those cheeks, and pushing those hips forward. You're going to keep this slow pace. You're going to flip the palms to face each other and go into a hammer curl. Up and down. So now the head of the weights face your shoulders, face your thighs. Up and lower. Weights in your heels. We're going to add lower body here. And 4 more. Keeping with the hammer curls, you'll move to singles as you bend the knees. So we're not going into a full deep squat, but you will bend those knees. Last one slow. Here we go. It's curl and bend. Curl and bend. Drop and lift. Keep those arms glued to your side. So I don't want them out here. I don't want them in front. You're gluing them. Inside of those biceps are glued to the ribs. 4, 3, 2 more. Hold it low. Pulse the arms and legs. Tiny, 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 tiny. Now, you see my back's arched. I want you to scoop that belly in. Nice flat back. Keep those arms glued into your ribs. Down, 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 down. I got sweat dripping now. Whew. Good. You guys should feel fire in those body parts right now. 4, 3, 2. All right, you're going to stand tall. Press the arms out. Squat and drive them in. Stop at your ribs. Press. 2, pull. 2. 2 more slow. Up. So still feel the biceps. If you go too high, keep going slow. If you go too high above the shoulder height, you're going to get into the shoulders too much. I want you to keep those biceps. Let's go single count. Press, pull, press, pull. Notice I'm not pulling all the way back. I'm not working into the back right here. I'm just stopping right at my ribs. Press, pull, press, pull. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. Hold those arms straight out. Pulse up. 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 Now, if this becomes too much and you start to feel your shoulders rising, you drop on that slight diagonal. Good. Brace through the core right here. I want you to help yourself stay nice and still other than those arms pulsing up nice and small. Lift, lift. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 more, 3 more, 2. All right, open and close. Open and close. Think armpit to armpit. Press through that thick air. Open even if you're on that diagonal. Opening and closing. Pinch that upper back together as those arms come out to the side. Give me 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold those arms out to the side. Flip those palms down. Lateral raises. Lower, lift. Even if you come on that low V, lifting. Keep nice and straight. Squeezing from the shoulders all the way out through the knuckles. Lower, lift. Lower, lift. 4, 3, 2, hold them up. Tiny pulses. Up, up, up. So this is where, if you need to, drop those weights. Keep those nice, tight, straight arms. You can notice you see the same muscle engagement whether I'm holding the weights or holding just my body. Up, up, up. Now, if the shoulders start to shrug, come up towards your ears, push them down, lower your lever of your arms. You still work deep into those shoulders right here. Don't drop the arms. Tiny circles forward, circle. It's small, it's small, it's small. Circling from the shoulders. You feel that upper back start to engage really, really good. It's fired up. Reverse directions, back, back, back. Good job. I'm going to take a sip of my water. Keep circling. 8 more. 7, 6. Now just hold them out. Listen to me. Your palms are down. We're going to go back into a little knee bend. You're going to press those arms back and lift the palms to the ceiling as you bend. Rise up. Palms face the floor. All right? So nice and slow. Palms face up. They're above the hips. Lift and down. Here we go, singles. It's press and lift. Now you have to brace through the core, moving a little quicker with the arms. I'd rather have you lower to a lower V and keep them pressing up, working into those triceps here. Press, lift, bend, straighten. Good. Tummy stays in tight. You want a nice long spine. 4, 3, 2, hold it down. Palms are up. Straight arm pulses up. Up. So I don't want the arms moving big. I don't want them down here. I'd rather have you lift high and press them back behind you. If you can't keep them lifted, hip height or higher from the hinge. Tiny pulses. Soft knees. You got to support that back. Belly's in. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Tiny squeezes. In. You're just squeezing. In. Again, if those arms are lowering and you're squeezing and hitting your legs, bring yourself up to a stand. You can slightly hinge forward. Take a little bit of the pressure of fighting gravity, but you're working into those backs of those arms, those triceps there, right? You can do all of this without those weights. There is no shame in all body weight. Now lift up, squeeze in. Lift, squeeze, lift, squeeze, lift, squeeze. So you see me standing or hinging. Lift up, squeeze in. Lift up, squeeze in. Give me 4 more. 3, 2, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come up. Roll those shoulders back. All right. Lose the weights. We're done. we're going to come to our surface. So if you need to grab your chair and bring it to you, then now's the time. All right, so you probably have nobody with you. If you're doing this with people, you're going to bring yourself on a diagonal. You don't want to necessarily face, but if you're by yourself in a room, you can have your hip to the bar. When I did this in class, we turned on a slight diagonal so we could work in the front, but we could work in the back without kicking our neighbor. All right? So, one hip to the bar. I don't care what hip, because we're going to do both sides. So I've got my right hip to the bar. My right hand is gently supported by just having a gentle touch. Soften through the right knee. I'm going to show you guys so you can see me on the diagonal. My left leg's extended. Toe is pointed. So I'm supported here. I'm just going to lift that leg up to my highest point. Tap that toe down and lift. Tap, lift. So it's small. Pin straight leg. Working the front of that thigh. This outside arm can be doing whatever feels comfortable. But I want you supporting yourself on that standing leg. Right now, that leg is just in an isometric hold with a bend, so you feel like it's getting work, but you're working in the front of the thigh. We're going to get ready to intensify the inside leg, your standing legs work here in a second. Tap, 4 more taps. Tap, lift, pin straight. I don't care how high that leg lifts. 2, 1, hold it up to your highest point, pulse. Now sometimes when we get to the pulses, you may be able to lift high when you're doing singles, but once you pulse, you may have to lower. That is okay. I could be doing all of this barely off the floor. Scoop that belly. Squeeze the cheek of that standing leg. Up, up. I'm going to show you guys still on a diagonal. 8. You're going to feel that hip flexor. Really squeeze through that thigh. Straighten, lock out that knee. 4. 3, we're going to work the inner thigh. 2, I'm going to show you from the front so you see how small this is. Squeeze that leg in and in, in and in. So you're squeezing in. So it's not squeeze and release out. It's in. You're keeping it nice and tight. Frame your body, and you're not moving that leg outside of the frame of your body, okay? So right now you're squeezing inner thigh to inner thigh. In. We're going to combo the lift with the squeeze like we did for our triceps. In 4, 3, 2, here we go. It's squeeze and lift. Squeeze in, lift up. Squeeze in, lift up. See how little I'm moving. I'm not releasing. I'm keeping that nice inner thigh engagement the whole time. In and up. I could be right on the floor. Up. In and up. In and up. In and up. Give me 4, 3, 2. Somebody barely knows you're moving that leg. Step that leg back. You're going to drop down into a lunge. All right. So this is why you're not facing, because we're going to move that leg. So I'm going to show you guys from the front. That back knee is bent. That front knee is bent. That front knee is behind that toe. All right. Support with this hand. Dropping down. Sweeping that leg front. It's not a kick. It's a sweep. But straightening the leg as you lift to the top. Here's our tempo. Drop and lift. Bend and lift. So lunge, lift, lunge, lift, lunge, lift, lunge, lift. Straight leg in the front. Bend it as you drop. Now you feel that inside leg. That quad, that hamstring, and that glute should be firing up. So now you feel like the majority of the work right now is on that leg, right? You're contracting and squeezing through the moving leg, but you're working into the muscles of that standing leg. 4, 3, 2, hold the lunge, pulse down. So right now, I don't want you like this. I don't want you like this. You can be in close. This leg's going towards the floor more to be parallel, or you're here. Both knees working to be in a bent 90, okay? So, deep work in that front leg, pressing into that heel. Right now you're flat foot. 8 more pulses here. Lift the front heel up. Now you just pulse a little deeper. Again, you can step that back foot in, but distribute that body so you're between the thighs, okay? So it's not a hinge lunge. I want you lifted nice and tall, whether you're back here or you step in for a little bit more support. Still working into that front leg. 8, 7, 6. You're getting ready to get a little intermission. Lift that heel, highest heel. Drop that back knee as low as you can. 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand it tall. All right, those feet are close. They don't have to be squeezing, but they're fairly close, so you're not wide. Facing your surface, we're going to go into chair. So if you have a surface that's not stable, you're going to look like this. You're going to have to find that, because when you rise, so I'm not using any weight right now, when I rise, you want to still have that for support. You're going to lift those heels. If you've got a mounted bar or a booty bar, sit it down into that chair. All right? You're just going to drop and lift, drop and lift. I don't feel 100% stable right now. Dropping and lifting, so go all the way down. Squeeze as you press those hips forward and lift those heels. So chair, calf raise, chair, calf raise. We're just going to do several of these so you guys get the feel of it. And then we're going to go into our pulses. On my count, you'll either be pulsing in chair or pulsing your calf raises. So those heels would be lifted to your highest point and squeezing up. Lower, lift, lower, lift, knees bend, straighten. Here we go. Hold the chair. Pulse 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Stand it tall. Pulse those calves. 8, 7, 6. Squeeze those glutes. And legs are straight. Here we go. Drop it back down. 8, 7, 6. Drive into those heels. You should be able to wiggle those toes. Here we go. Pulse 8, 7, 6, 5. Scrum these in. Sit it down. Pulse it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. One more time. Pulse it. 8, 7. Or one more time all the way through after this. 4, 3. Then we're going to break it down. Last time. 8 pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5. If you want to squeeze those thighs together, if you're not getting enough, raise it up. 8, 7, 6, 5. Heart rate should be moving a little bit quicker. Here we go. 4 pulses. 8, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Squat it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand it. 4, 3, 2. 2 more times. Squat down. 2, 3, 4. Rise up. 4, 3, 2. One more time like this. 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand up. 4, 3. All right, let's break it down. 2 counts. Down. 2. Stand up. 2. Lower. 2. Stand. You guys should feel those quads. Feel those calves. Rise. 2. Down. 2. Hold the pulses down. 4 sets of 8 right here. 3 more sets. Down, down. Push into those glutes, push into those thighs. Squeeze them like you've got something you're holding in between those thighs. Engage the whole leg. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Stand it tall. Pulse those legs up. So you notice I'm not dropping. I'm staying up. Squeeze those cheeks. You got that lemon slice. You're not hinging. You're nice and tall, pushing those hips forward. Up, up. Very little pressure on your surface. It's just there for balance. Up, 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 up. One more set. Give me 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Other leg. I'm going to move this over to the side here. All right. Opposite hip to your surface. Take that opposite leg. You're pointing the toe, remember. Lift it to your highest point, whatever that is. Keep it pinned straight. Soften the standing leg. Tap and lift. Tap, lift, tap, lift, tap, lift. Breathe. Pull the belly in. Squeeze the butt cheek of that standing leg. One more set of singles. Tap, lift. Really lock out that knee. Sometimes we think it's straight, and if you squeeze a little tighter, you know that you have not locked out. 3, 2, hold it up, tiny pulses up, 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 up. So, act as if somebody's got something that they are pulling your leg up towards the ceiling. You are squeezing and contracting and trying to keep it down. All right? So if you can imagine that, you're trying to keep it nice and still down on the ground. They're trying to pull it to the ceiling. So you're fighting, right? Up, 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 up. 8, 7. I'm dripping. I should have brought a towel. 6, 5. Tummy's in. Soften that leg. 4 more. 3. We're going to go to the inner thigh. 2. Tiny squeezes in. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. It's small. Squeeze in, in. Now, one important thing to do is to not lock out the standing leg. Keep that soft bend in that knee, okay? Use the support of your surface that you're using so that you don't fall as you fatigue. Lower the leg if you need to. Squeeze, squeeze. 4 more squeezes, and then we're combining. 3 more. 2. It's a tiny squeeze and a tiny lift. Here we go. It's squeeze and lift. In and up. In and up. Look how small that is. Squeeze in and lift. Squeeze in and lift. Squeeze in, lift, in, lift, in, lift, in, lift, in, lift, in, lift. Good job. In, lift, in, lift. Squeeze, lift, squeeze, lift. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Carefully sweep that leg back to your lunge. Find your lunge. Drop it down low. Starting slow. Drop into that lunge. Sweep it forward. Drop into that lunge. Sweep it forward. Here we go to tempo. It's drop, lift, drop, lift. Using this stable side to bring you down and help you up, down, up. I don't care if that toe just taps in front. And remember, it's not a kick. It's dropping and just lifting. Squeezing that leg straight and lifting it up. Almost like the warm-up. Drop, lift, drop, lift. Tummy's tight, back is straight, crown of the head is facing the ceiling. 2 more, and then you're going to hold it down. Last one, hold those pulses down. Flat foot. So remember, check yourself. Now, we're inclined right now to be pressing into the heel. What if you challenged yourself and lifted that heel to come over those toes? Feel the depth of the work go into the glute muscle as well as the quad of that back leg. Down, down. Again, you can bring it in closer like this. Last 4, 3, 2, heel lifts up, up. See how you notice I pushed my heel. It's hard to keep that heel over those toes. You should feel that glute on that front leg super deep. You're moving super small. Your pulses are like 1 inch big. You barely see it, so don't use momentum. You lose that muscle engagement. I want you to stay in that tight burn zone. Let's go 8 more times. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stand tall. All right, I'm going to move to my opposite leg that was not just moving. It's going to now be my standing leg again, okay? So my original standing leg is going to be my standing leg now. I'm going to bring my bar over to the other side. You guys don't need to because I'm going to keep it over here for when we go down onto the floor. But you'll be able to see me. So my original inside leg was my right leg, so it's going to be my standing leg. I'm taking my left leg. My knees are together, and I'm bending that knee to 90, acting like I'm holding a baby, that ball behind my leg, okay? 2 options. You choose which one feels best for your foot, either a hard flex or a hard point in your foot. So whichever one feels most comfortable, I want you to do that. I just don't want a limp leg. I want you engaged the whole time. We are close to our surface, all right? We're standing up tall. We are not leaning. I want you working tight right here, okay? So I can feel my glute and my hamstring engaged, just holding right here. I'm going to press that leg back away from my standing knee, and this is my starting and stopping point. Squeeze, release. Knees never come back together. So you squeeze. Here, if my elbows are my knees, it looks like this. Squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze. This is your glute you're working. It's just a little movement. Keep that leg at 90, so you have to try and curl that heel up to your glute. You're just pressing, pressing. 4, 3, 2, hips press forward. 1, hold it back in tiny pulses. Back. I like to put my hand right there on my glute. You can feel the muscles working. Press, 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 press. I'm standing nice and tall, nice and close to my surface. You see I'm not leaning. Not this. You're tall. It's almost harder to press your leg further away from your standing leg when you're standing upright. So I want you guys to feel like it's not comfortable, that you don't want to stay in this position forever, but it should not hurt, if that makes sense, okay? Press, 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 press. 8 more presses. Try and scoop that belly, flatten that back, push those hips forward. 4, 3. Now watch me. You're going to just take that leg and extend it. So I've just taken the bend out and extended that leg out. It's pinned straight. I'm just going to pulse. Up, up. So you see, I'm barely lifting off the floor because I am not allowing myself to have height. I don't want you. I want you guys working from the top of the glute down. Still have that hard point or hard flex. If your foot is too low and the flex hurts, you may have to try the point this time. Added intensity is rising up onto the ball of the foot of the standing leg, but don't lean. Keep it nice and tiny. 8, 7, 6. You're not going to drop that leg. 4 more now. I'm looking at you guys so you guys are going to see how small this circle is going to be. Hold it up. You're going to circle in and around, in and around. I'm not circling. I'm squeezing. I want you using the glute muscle to draw that circle. It's telling that toe to move in that tiny little circular motion in towards the inside leg. Good job. Give me 8, 7, 6 ping pong ball size circles. Let me see where I am with my music. Good. Now circle out and around. Out and around, out and around. Out and around, out and around. Tiny, tiny. Use your hand to feel how that muscle is working. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch it out. Bend that other knee. Point or flex that toe. Find your tight point where you feel your glute catch. Now that's your starting and stopping point. You're just going to press, release, press. Now this is when it's easy to start arching. I want you to really think about squeezing. Now you soften the standing leg. It can bend some, okay? It does not have to be locked out. I just don't want those knees to come back together. So I start to see myself arch because I'm looking at myself in the camera. I'm going to squeeze and bring my hips forward. It changes. My range of motion is like microscopic. Squeeze, but I feel that I'm squeezing into those muscles. Press, 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 press. So this is why I like the use of mirrors. So if you in your home have something, a window, a mirror, a TV that's turned off that you can actually see your form, I love that because I like you guys to be able to tell, because sometimes you feel you're engaging those muscles, but your form's just off and just needs to be tweaked. So when you're doing these things online or not live in person where someone can put their hands on you and help, mold you into the positioning, you need to learn to do that for yourself. So I like to give you guys the different cues of how to figure out what that is. And if you can see it on me, because I do all the same things that probably everybody else is doing. 2, 1, hold it back in tiny pulses. Back. This is small. It's pressing, 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 pressing. Press those hips forward. Lift that chest proud. As you elongate the torso, you feel the difference going down that hamstring too. Press, 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 press. 8, 7. So you may want to have a hand on your glute. You may want to keep a hand on your belly to make sure that you're not hunching, you're not slouching, you're lifting. It's nice and tight and strong, that core. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Don't drop that leg. Now watch. You just extend it. So my toe just drops right to the floor. I'm going to pulse from here. Up, up. Keeping strong. No leaning. Up, up. I'm not looking for height. Pulse. Squeeze. This should feel like someone's pressing on that hamstring with a weight, trying to drop your leg to bring those legs back together. And you're fighting that resistance by squeezing and pulsing that leg up, up. So this, right now my arm is acting as the leg. That's how it looks. Up. Squeeze, squeeze. Good job. I know you guys are feeling it. We're almost done, and then we're going to do a fun little ab series. Again, add the heel lift on that standing leg, but make sure you're supporting yourself with that bend. 8, 4, 3, 2, tiny circles, in and around, in and around. It's small. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 8 more circles. Then we're going to reverse. 4, 3, 2, circle out and around, out and around. Good job. Almost done. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Good. All right. You are going to come down onto your mat. I'm going to move my bar out of the way. Block, ball, or nothing. So if you're using the block or the ball, it's going to look the same. The ball just gives you a little bit more give. We're going to be doing dead bugs. This is compliments of Sculpt Elite. Love them. You're going to put your elbow, one elbow. I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to put my left elbow and my left knee on the block. Okay? If you don't like that, you're using the ball. Or you can do all of this sitting here if you have a ball, or you want to put your hands. You could be just working your leg this way and one arm. We're doing dead bugs, okay? So I'm going to start with, if you're using the block or the ball, you're laying down. You know, the most important thing to do is to press that spine. That back is fully flat on that mat. There's zero arch. If you feel arch, you've moved too big or too low. So you're going to flex those feet hard. My right leg and my right arm are going to move. I'm going to extend and pull in. I'm pressing on this block the entire time. My back is flat. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Again, if you feel the arch, keep the leg up a little higher. Still doing the same thing. Out. And pull back in. Out. And in. 4 more. All the while, you're engaging into the ball or block on that other side. 2. Hold this next one out. Hold it out to your point. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Pull that knee and elbow in and extend. Pull in, extend. Knee in, 2, and out. 2, in, 2. Sweat is dripping in my eye. 2 more. Hold this one out. Tiny pulses, leg up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Pull that elbow and knee in. Exhale. Inhale. That back has not moved. That core is tight and engaged the whole time. Bend and extend. You've got that pressure on that blocker ball if you're using it. 2 more. Hold it out for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch it. Whew. You should have felt that. Opposite side. Flex those feet. Set yourself up. Remember the exhale and the extension. Here we go. Out for 2. Out. In. Now, if you're not using this, you can be like this. Extend out. 2 and in. 2 out. 2 and in. You can have the ball behind or a pillow behind your back. Out. 2 and in. 2. Four more. Out. In. Press out. Hard flexing that foot and moving nice and slow and controlled. Hold this one out. Tiny hold. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Here we go. It's in. We might have pulsed that one, but I don't remember. In. And press. In. Zero space between the back and the mat. Hold it out. Tiny pulses. 8. Last one. 2. Pull in. Extend. In. Extend. Pull the knee and elbow. Extend long. In. Extend. In. 2. Out. 2. In. 2, out, 2, last 2, out, 2, last 1, hold it here, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bring it in. If you've got a ball or block, I want it right between those thighs. If you don't, squeeze those thighs together, hands underneath the glutes, press out, and in, out. Again, if you've got issues, or if you're pregnant, or you need some more support, I want you having your hands here, just pressing out, in. You can slide out and in. Just make sure that core is engaged. That block or ball is between the inner thighs, not the knees. Out, 2, in, 2, 2 more, out, and in. You could always curl that chin. Let's go 2 more. Out, and in, last 1, out, and in, and release. Just let that body melt into the floor mat. Take a couple of nice deep breaths into your nose. And exhale everything out through your mouth. Now I want you to draw that right knee into your chest. Give it a nice little hug. And then extend those toes to the ceiling, grabbing behind the hamstring, calf, or both. Head stays on the mat. Just give that leg a little tug closer to your chest, stretching into the back of that leg. Now bend that knee. Same hand, right hand, and take that knee out to the side and hold it up in the air. Just get a little stretch in the inner thigh here. And bring that knee across. Left hand takes it over to the left side. Extend your right arm. You want to keep both those shoulder blades on that mat. So you just let that leg drop over as far as you can go without lifting your shoulder blades. You can stay bent, straight, whatever you need. Just feel that nice stretch in that outer thigh, glute area. Little torso twist right here. Now carefully bring that knee back into your chest and float it out to meet your left leg. Draw that left knee in and give it a nice little hug. Extend those toes to the ceiling, hand behind the hamstring, calf, or both, and just give that leg a little tug. You're working to keep that leg straight. So if you don't need to keep it bent, I want you to straighten it as much as you can. You don't have to pull that leg in super close to your chest, just a little tug. Now bend that knee and let that leg drop out to the left side. Getting a nice stretch in that inner thigh. And now bring that knee across to the right side as far as you can without lifting that shoulder. I like to keep my opposite hand extended with the arm out so that it makes my shoulder blades stay down. And then bring that knee back into your chest. Draw that other knee in and just rock side to side here for a second. Hands go behind those knees. You're going to rock yourself up to seated. Just cross those legs. Take a nice deep breath all the way up and forward fold as far as you can go. Those legs are crossed, or if you want your feet together, you can have them. And now roll yourself back up to seated. Roll those shoulders up, down, and back a couple of times. Take a nice deep breath. Bring those hands together, heart center as you exhale. And give yourself a round of applause. You did awesome. I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know what you think. And that core move is one of my new faves. So I hope you feel that and do that on your own. It's nice and slow and controlled, and just keep that pressure with the elbow and the knee, and you work really deep into those muscles. Have a good one, and I will see you next time.